Howard, how you? I'm afraid to ask, but how you doing today, Howard?
Shit on a stick. How am I doing it? So I just learned they appraised my house for 150,000 more.
Oh
I got to
God.
pay. After I paid 8,000 in repairs for the Corvette, I got to lay out another 3,000.
Oh God.
This chemotherapy bit is turning me from I used to be a Tyrannosaurus, now I'm a neutered pussycat. I go on and on,
Uh,
but I'm a happy camper.
yes, you're doing all right. You're
Yeah.
doing all right. The taxes, they're bloodsuckers.
We're not going to talk. Let's talk about choo-choos.
Yes, and this today, folks, we featured this a while back in O scale, but you have a client, Howard, that is buying these in HO
Yeah, he's
scale.
from Canada.
And originally in your structure catalog, all of the photos I think were HO structures anyway.
Mostly, I'd say about 90% were.
Let's see. It's sitting over on the desk. If you can show
this
us.
over here. There. Get my ponytail.
All right, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, George Washington. Yeah. Folks, this is off the website.
That was Philco, but the client wanted Firestone, so we put Firestone on it.
Wow.
Now, this I think was HO, actually. Yeah, this was HO scale. These prices have gone up because the
Right.
cost of materials.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there's
I'll
a.
put this down.
You go to the web page, zanestructures.com, and it's 20% increase on the structures, if to give you an idea.
And,
But
15% on the rolling stock.
right, this thing's beautiful, Howard. Let's spin it around and
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. Love these lazy Susans.
wow. And it's interesting because as soon as I'm done with this, folks, I'm going to take you over to the O scale building.
Right. Now you have to. I try to tell a story. Like over here, this one guy's telling these guys a joke.
Right.
Over here,
Oh wow, look at that.
and we have this guy walking to his car. Yeah, just have loading docks and crates and people. It just brings it alive. Besides the weathering,
Right.
I think everything should tell a story. Not everything, but most things.
Yes. And these guys look like they're talking about some crazy shit here in the back.
Let me see.
Yeah. There's two guys in the back.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably talking about the day's work. Days of work, probably.
Yeah.
What to do. Now, I don't know if these carts have anything to do with Firestone. This could be the valve division, which the O-scale building I think I put valve division. But it could be advertising. It could be a small plant or some plant.
It's
But
beautiful.
It's all about imagination.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And this thing is about 20 by 9?
Yeah, it's about the building is about 18 by 8 by about 9 inches high.
Okay.
And the overall diorama is like 2 feet by
Foot.
10 inches.
10 inches or a foot maybe.
Not quite a foot.
Yeah, so it doesn't take up a lot of
No,
space.
not really. It's considered a large O-scale building, but it's a lot of fun to do. I mean, it's kind of weird just doing the O-scale then going back to HO.
Right.
You got to be able to think at a different scale, and I can do that because I've been doing it so long.
Yeah, when I, since I'm here as an apprentice, it was almost like I said, is this N scale? I mean, I was like, and my whole layout's HO scale.
Yeah.
So I suffered the same.
Right.
You know what's weird about this? What I like about this building is you don't have to have track to service this.
No, it can be. We can always add a section track back here and add a piece of gator board. Now this is the building is finished, but not the diorama. The diorama will be next.
Right.
Diorama meaning all the scenery, bushes, trees, stuff like that.
And we're going to feature that on the channel
Yeah.
as we do the dioramas. But folks, you don't have to. We've talked about this before. You don't have to have a siding to every single building on your layout. That is a myth.
That's absolutely true. You don't have to.
Right. It's an utter myth. And this can be, again, completely serviced by vehicles. And go out in real life, folks. How many structures go to Baltimore, go down to any industrial city? I've worked Baltimore for 10 years. I can tell you that the vast majority of structures like this were not serviced by spurs. So hence the invention of the truck.
Right.
But let's go
Now,
take...
another problem I have, following your video on what you did with the Wilkins Rogers building in Ellicott City, I feel like my band is going up after what's that, the gal, what the hell's her name?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah. following her.
Oh, God.
Jesus. You talk about being emasculated.
Oh, God.
Your building is fabulous, except you do a lot of stuff with kit bashing. I have never done a kit bash.
Right.
I never want to because I have to design everything, including the wall elevations. But for a kit bashing, you're tops. There's only one person I know of, and he's pretty well known that's on your class, and that's Ray Del Papa out of Florida.
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic.
And he would bring stuff up to the shows, these huge kit bash structures.
Yeah.
And he would sell every one of them, like about 10,000 a piece, or ridiculous prices.
Ray, if you're listening, I really want to get in touch with you. Contact me at alpug1@verizon.net, because I'm one of those people that shit my pants when you came up to Timonium with your kit bashes. So we really would love to talk to you and do some features. Yeah, Howard, but that's the greatness about you, because my new series, It Begs to Be Modeled, I don't have the talent yet.
Oh, whoa. Let's back up. I never would have taken you on as a disciple if I thought you had no talent. Your only problem is you have a tendency to whop things up. Too much shit you put in there. You gotta remember, your mantra is less is more. Just keep saying that when you go to bed. Whatever. Mm-hmm.
Well, no. What I meant to say is I'm not there at the point of being able to. You can sit there and design a building, and you're trying to teach me that.
Now you're going to be able to do that. That's part of your training. Besides designing a building from scratch.
Because you're incredible talent. You're world renowned for being able to.
Let's back up again.
All right.
You got to remember, I studied design, industrial design, interior design, and some architecture for a period of 5 years. Then I worked in graduate school.
Okay.
So, again, studying the history of design.
Yes.
And also in Europe. So I have a hell of a background in design, which makes it a lot easier for me to do this.
Yes.
I haven't had that.
Right.
If somebody that has not had the training like you, you're doing remarkably well.
Well, I'm not there yet.
That is not a compliment. It is a scientific observation.
Wow. Well, I appreciate it, Howard. I'm not there yet, but what's fascinating for me is the new series I'm doing on It Begs to Be Modeled on the prototypes, and then I come over Howard's and I see all these imaginary buildings that have no prototype. Both are incredibly fascinating.
Well, sometimes I do something. I see the best camera in the world is your mind. And when you drive somewhere, just be always alert of what you're passing through. Mm-hmm. Like that church you call Church of the Snake.
Right.
I call it the Church of God. I forgot what it was called. But I remember that church vividly. This is the church I ran. I jumped out the window and ran like hell when the preacher picked up 2 rattlesnakes out of her trunk.
And folks, that's going to be modeled, so stay tuned.
Yeah, so that was pretty accurate. I think if you found that church, it'll be almost exact, because it's just embedded in my mind. But most of the stuff I just make up.
Wow.
And just remember, your camera, when you travel, just be so totally aware of your surroundings, and you'll be amazed what you can remember.
Wow. Well, Howard, I appreciate this. This is a fascinating specimen, and I'm going to end the video. We're going to take a quick look at its big brother. Thanks so much, Howard.
Oh, hey, you're quite welcome.
Well, folks, we're going to end this video today. You can look on the channel in past episodes. This is the O-scale model that Howard and I worked on for a client on the West Coast. Again, you just saw the HO version. This is the Big Mama, Big Brother O-scale version. And this one here is about, oh God, I'd say 30 inches by probably 16 inches. So you just take double the size of HO and you've got O. But it's kind of 4 times the volume, because not only are you doubling the length, but you're also doubling the height and you're doubling the width. And the volume winds up being 4 times. So HO might be half of O, but you wind up getting a lot of volume. Anyway, folks, if you want anything custom built, contact me at alpug1@verizon.net. We're a bit backed up. If you have any questions, thanks so much for watching.